Blessed rising sun. It depends on the time of the day you're watching me today. Beloved, I want to share with you something which I'm going to record you to watch the video until the end. And what I'm going to share with you is common in many households, in many people's lives. The majority of our people are increasing their consciousness. And kemet people start realizing that something is not working. The majority are assuming they are cursed. Some, they might be a subject of that, but not many. And the majority have been told they've got a dark cloud. Some, they've seen different type of spiritual consultants, even counselors. And the majority of people have an obstacle. Whatever they are required to do, they do not have the means to do them. Maybe you'll be told to travel to a certain destination. Maybe you require to perform certain rituals, which require a lot of money than you can afford. And today, I'm going to explain to you on your own what can be done. When you realize that something is not working, people, they don't accept your voice, your presence is unwanted, you become a subject of gossip, you become a subject of calumny, you become a subject of exclusion. You start finding yourself isolated. Maybe you're a female, maybe you're a male. But anytime you go out, you are unseen and noticed. Your skill, your potentials are unseen and unnoticed. You can be one of those, maybe your face has been compromised. They put you another face. Maybe your luck has been utilized. What you do? You don't have the money to go and do all these rituals. You don't have the means to even travel or to buy anything. You wake up in the morning. You remove your shoe. You stand in front of the rising sun, Amun-Ra. When you stand in front of the God Son, you're gonna talk and ask that the same way the God Son, Amra, is renewing its energy on a daily basis, you want your star, your luck, your face, whatever is affecting you, to be renewed in the same way the sun renews its rays on a daily basis. When you are saying something like that, you stand on the ground. You stood firm on the ground. It's very important. And when you stand on the ground barefoot, you need to connect with nature. Mother Earth is your foundation. When the ray of the sun is hitting your body, you are telling Mother Earth to open up and swallow anything negative inside you. It be bad luck, it be sickness, it be anything that is affecting you. The sun is renewing, it's giving the new one. Mother Earth is consuming the old bad ones. That is the initial strategy, which you can do for yourself. And then, when you start understanding that you are becoming heavier, it's like negative, heavy spirit are trying to diminish you. You become tired. You can't perform your duty correctly. You can't think properly. You can use sea salt in your house. For those who can get the moon water, you can mix sea salt and part of the moon water and a bathing water. For those who can get raining water, you can get the rain water and mix it with the sea salt. You're gonna take that mixture and you have done separate, you gonna instruct it and say, the azo in the soup, in the salt, must cleanse you from any negative energy trying to contain or possess your body. Wind it away. You can use your own words instructing what you want that mixture to do for you. Once you finish, you're gonna bath from your head to the toes. You can do that on your own practice. And once you finish, have the character and habit of thanking. You must say thank you to Amun-Ra, the sun, for renewing you whatever you requested. You must say thank you for Mother Earth to come and swallow whatever you have asked them to do. You must say thank you to the salt and the water, which you mix to remove the negative energy. Once you clean yourself that way, and now you want to keep it that way, you might not have the means to buy amulets, ring, necklace, but you deserve to have the stability and peace. So what you can do, you take a piece of garlic, a clove of garlic. You put it in your wallet or your handbag or your pocket. That is to wind away any kind of negative energy that needed to come and possess you wherever you are. The clove of garlic which you're gonna keep, gonna work in connection with what you have done from renewing everything, from removing everything, from cleansing out, batting away every deity. Now, the new echo that you are carrying, so your aura, will shine, will be attractive. Your garlic, you're gonna put weight upon it. You must always be careful. When you are utilizing natural ingredients, you are required to empower them with the word. And for us, kemetic, the power resides in what we are saying. Your intention need to align with your word and your actions. So when you're taking the clove of the garlic, you're gonna say it with all authority as to which assignment you are assigning to it, and it shall work. You keep it. I told you, and I'm telling you, you're gonna see the change. Now, that is the first part for what you can do on your own. It comes to matters where you find yourself, you're already captive. They already lock you up in a spiritual prison, what we call spiritual bondage. So you become their subject, which they are utilizing in a manner which they want. Basically, you are a slave. In such a condition, you might try to fight and utilize the natural ingredient to assist you. The challenge you're going to encounter is for them to put you in captivity, they must disconnect you from your natural connection network. It's just like a human being who's put in a prison, they deprive them of their means of communications. The means of communication have been now monitored. They deprive them of their freedom of movement. Their freedom has been conditioned. Same apply in a spiritual prison. For those already in a spiritual prison, you're going to need a spiritual lawyer. How do you know that you're in a spiritual prison? Is when you have tried to do what is within your power and you keep on failing. When you keep on failing on what you're supposed to deliver, on what you're supposed to achieve, and no one is coming to back you up, everything is falling apart and you see no way out. You'll notice that your creative mind is no longer thinking. You're going to notice that your initiative and your action are no longer relevant. You're going to start losing the purpose of living because your vision has been blurred. You've been limited in a spiritual prison. Those in such a situation, you truly need a spiritual lawyer to assist you. That spiritual lawyer is a spiritual guide, a spiritual helper. For those ones, you need ingredients. You need additional power until your network is restored. You can try to go to bath to do all the natural things. You come to the conclusion that in your situation, in your specific reality, it's not working. Instead of wasting time, it's going to be my advice to you. Find a well-informed spiritualist. A kemetic one understand much better. Myself, I do also assist those who contact me privately at cost. But I'm not the only one. You can choose any one of your choice, provided they understand the steps that when somebody is in a spiritual bondage, they need to break those bondage from all joints, from under the feet to the top of the head. And they need to understand the spiritual requirement which is prescribed in order to free someone from a bondage. Do not go to people who think they can just go and do the work and take you like in a movie. There are requirements and principles to ensure that whatever freedom you are achieving is permanent. I hope I'm shedding the light. I hope you're going to pay attention to listen. You need to connect with water. When you realize as an awakened kemetic, as an enlightened kemetic, that you're no longer meditating, you're no longer focusing, you start losing connection to your divinity. If you are close to water, you can go and meditate quietly. Connect with water. Follow the guidance of your spiritual guide. Water which you see, cleanse our deity, give us life, give us power. Water is the source of life for us kemetic from the Nile River. It feeds us. So we related to it. Same way we related to Mother Earth. When you find yourself in too much trouble, you can but running water if you are able to do, but you need to put words into it. You need to give it a meaning. You need to connect with the ghost of the river, the ghost of the sea, the ghost of the ocean. You can do it on your own because you are a spiritual being as well. When you're not in a bondage, when you know very well that you are free by the things that are trying to disturb you, use the power of water. Get the sea water, bring it home, bath in your privacy if you cannot bath at the sea. Those who are living around the sea, you are lucky enough, more than some who are far from it. You can connect to your trees. You can instruct your trees to become your protector. You can instruct your trees to become your advisors. They will advise you. You can instruct the trees around you, garden, around you, to become your healing product. Each natural thing around you is there to serve your purpose and interest. The major problem why you are failing to utilize them, it's only because you've been disconnected from the connection. Now, when you're in a bondage, we need to use ingredients. For those with a higher level, you also need to use ingredients. You cannot want to grow at the spiritual level, but practicing what the newcomer gonna start when the spiritual baby are starting. No. Maturity comes with responsibility. So when you are pushing your enlightenment and you wanna be free from unnecessary trouble, you want to be protected from unforeseen challenges. I will advise you to have a spiritual guide who is a seer and a counselor. The reason being, when you are having a spiritual advisor whom you are in contact with on a regular basis, they're gonna be able to prevent you from falling into other traps based on what they can see and inform you in advance. Why do you think some authorities are surviving a lot of trouble? It's because they got spiritual advisors. And a spiritual advisor work is to focus on a spiritual aspect of life. And once you got that covered, the other area of your life become balanced. You'll find yourself accessible. So the power is within you. What you are lacking is the knowledge. The knowledge has been shared now. The knowledge has been made available to you. What you do with it is up to you. How you utilize the knowledge is up to you. Here we are sharing the kemetic wisdom. This is a kemetic gospel for you, for your benefit. I hope I shed more light. Please feel free to ask more questions, to comment, to like, to subscribe. Give us observation. We are here to shed the light and empower you. See you on next one. Your humble servant, Molopo Kyungu Katapena, spiritualist master. Remain blessed. May the sun rise upon all of us again. Thank you. Out.